Right then, this is a walk around video, and this is for a stunning little CRZ hybrid. This is the 137 GT version, the later car. As you can see, just done 34,000 miles, fresh into us. This car will be covered by a 1-year national warranty with us, so it doesn't matter where you come from in the country, you'll be covered under warranty. Just to let you know, both myself and Tony, my business partner, we both used to work for the local Honda Bristol dealership. We're complete Honda nuts. We do love these cars. We can't always be the cheapest, but we try and find the very best examples we possibly can. Just to go around the car for you, start at the front here. Very, very, very clean car. Hardly a mark of any note in it at all. Front end very clean. Can't see any obvious stone chips on there at all. Bonnet itself absolutely clean as a whistle. Well, I'll come down the near side of the car first. It's very clean in the panels, can't see any indentations at all on there. Front wing absolutely unmarked. Front alloy very good. It is a near side one, so there will be the odd little mark on there which is just picked up where it's just touched against curb on the very odd occasion, but they're completely original, not been sprayed or anything daft like that. The remaining panel work is very, very, very nice. And the side rear alloy, absolutely beautiful, really good looking alloys. You've got the lovely high level spoiler on this one, really adds to the sense of occasion on these cars. It's subtle, it's not in your face, they've done a really lovely job on it. You get parking sensors all around on these CRZ, the GT versions as well, and it all in perfect working order. Come down the offside of the car now, as with the near side. Absolutely beautiful in the panel work, it really, really is. This colour suits the car absolutely beautifully, it really does. Rear offside alloy, absolutely fantastic. And then the remaining panel work itself, absolutely beautiful order. And just to come to the final alloy there, again, very, very, very clean. Just to pan back. But we're looking at a very sought after little car, and especially in this spec and engine power, which is in really lovely condition. Coming to the boot area now, it's all in absolutely fantastic condition. Carpeted area looks absolutely as new, in all honesty. All the plastics make up really, really nicely. These are officially 2+2 or 4-seater cars, but in reality you forget that, they really are 2-seater cars. The ones I've had, I've just dropped that rear seat back down and it gives you a huge boot for 2 people. Just coming to the front of the car now. Front passenger door card looks absolutely as new. Again, these later style ones upgrade on the plastic quality and the interior trimmings, but it's in beautiful condition in here. Full black leather interior, and the passenger seat there absolutely perfect. Driver side door card, as with the other one, absolutely beautiful. Even the little recess has been kept really nicely. Footwell area, again, very, very clean and tidy. And the driver's seat, as with the passenger seat, is in excellent condition, really, really is. So sat inside the car now, engine's running through this section of the video so you can see the dashboard illuminated. The dashboard looks absolutely as new in here. It's in beautiful, beautiful condition. Wonderfully styled dashboard. So you've got the heated seats, gear levers all absolutely spot on. All the recesses absolutely superb in here. And then down further into there in the bowels of the car, you've got power outlet, and that little cubby hole houses a USB lead as well. Then you've got this absolutely fantastic looking dashboard binnacle, it really is. No warning lights on the car at all, of course. Hopefully if I pan in there you can just see 34,740 miles. Auto lights, auto wipers, multifunction steering wheel with HFT and cruise and radio controls. And then over there we've got the controls for the 3 different modes for the engine, which I'll talk about on the road test video after this. But genuinely the video just does not do this car justice at all. It really is super in here. Finally, just to show you, we do have the original owner's manual pack with the car, plus very importantly, lock and wheel nut key is here and present with the vehicle. What will follow this road test will be a road test to this video will be a road test to this very car. Right then, this is a road test video, and this is for a Honda CRZ GT, and it's the later 137 version. This particular car is registered RO13WWY, and mileage at the start of the road test is 34,740 miles. Reason for doing the road tests is simple. We just want customers of ours to see the cars we're advertising actually in operation. That way, if there's any issues on the car, we can and we will relay them back to you. We're well aware that many of our customers are now coming from not just the UK but all over Europe, so it's the least we can do. Road test is also done on exactly the same road test route as any prospective buyer would go on. It's chosen deliberately, so hopefully you'll get the same feedback that I get from the car. So starting with the mechanicals of the vehicle, engine of course, because it's hybrid and there's no starter motor as such, you press a button and it just whirs into life, starts absolutely instantly of course. There's no warning lights on this car at all relating to the engine or any other part of the vehicle, and it's a wonderful unit. I'll come back to the engine in a minute because I want to explain about the different modes that you can drive in and my experiences of them as well, but the engine is absolutely perfect. Same with the clutch, bike point is exactly where it should be on one of these cars, smooth in operation, so it's absolutely spot on. Clutch then feeds through into, I think, one of Honda's greatest ever gearboxes. It's a very close call, I've said it on previous videos, between this and the S2000 gearbox for me. S2000 gearbox just gets the nod, but this is a simply brilliant gearbox. For anyone that enjoys driving, you'll love this. It's the weighting of the gear lever, the linkage, the directness of the gear shift, has to be experienced to be believed. It's just brilliant gearbox. Honda do them so well. Not only is it bulletproof reliable, they always are, but it's just as simply is a joy to use, whether you're just driving gently like I am now or hustling through the gears. You never get lost in the gearbox, it always finds its way home. It's just totally confidence inspiring. It really is. Steering on the vehicle is a real plus point on these cars. It's wonderful. It's a power steering setup. It's quick, direct, beautifully judged and dialed into the chassis and tuned to the chassis rather. Minimal effort to sort of point the car in any direction, and it's just everything responds together beautifully. As soon as you turn the wheel, the chassis is going with it. It's just brilliant. It really is. I also can't detect any wear through the steering at all. It feels absolutely rock solid. Tracks, also if I go around the corner would help. Tracks absolutely bullet straight. There's no vibration coming back through the steering wheel at this or any other speed up to the legal limit, the speeds I'm allowed to drive. And I also always ask our delivery drivers to check on the motorways to report back on that as well, because it's a real pet hate of mine, and they just eulogised about the car in every way. It's wonderful vehicle. Chassis of the car, what I'm looking for on these road tests is just any signs of any kind of mechanical issues underneath the vehicle, any kind of clonks or bangs coming from underneath, but there's nothing. It feels absolutely rock solid, and the chassis is fantastic. It is a brilliant chassis. It's bizarrely enough, it almost feels too comfortable because you think there's no way it can handle or be as truckable as it is, but it does. It manages to combine both brilliantly well, so it's a very comfortable car, but it's also wonderfully spirited in a way that I can only really relay back to hot hatches of kind of the 80s and 90s. It feels light on its feet, it feels chuckable, it feels really connected to the road, wonderfully well. but it's a chassis you can exploit and enjoy. You know, you can enjoy it at low speeds as well as high speed as well. You don't have to be driving at insane speeds to get satisfaction out of the car. But as I said, it is a wonderful chassis. The brakes on the car, just get around the corner a second. Really solid brake pedal there. Just checking for any signs of sort of pulsing or vibrations coming back to the brake pedal, and there's none at all. It also brings the bonnet of the car down straight and true, doesn't pull left, right or otherwise. It's all again in very, very fine order. Looking around inside the car, in beautiful, beautiful condition, in a condition that the video doesn't really sort of pick up on, unfortunately. Very, very, very well made cars as well. There's no buzzers, creaks or anything from the interior of the car. But the best part about the interior of the car is just sitting in it. It's just such a lovely place to sit and drive. Not going to be to everybody's tastes, but that's good as far as I'm concerned, because that means, you know, it polarizes opinion, and that's a very good thing. But it's just such a lovely place. Everything's, the switch gear around here to me is very reminiscent of the S2000 I used to have, where it's sort of quite symmetrical either side, but ergonomically brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Then you've got this kind of futuristic display in front of you, with all the sort of information you'd expect to have, you know, the rev counter, the speedo and temperature gauges and etc., and all working absolutely perfectly. But it's just, the driving position is brilliant. You're sat relatively low in the car, but you've got a wonderful view out to the front as well. But yeah, I just rate this as one of the nicest places to sit and drive any car. It really is fantastic. Coming back to the engine and where the hybrid works in effect, you know, I'm not going to give a full explanation, but basically when you start the car, it defaults always to normal. You've got 3 buttons on the side here: normal, economy and sport at the top. My very first CRZ I ever had, I actually, to be brutally honest, I didn't get on with it because I was trying to achieve the very maximum economy at all times, and I found myself not actually enjoying the car for what it was. Second time round I had one, I basically flicked it into sport mode, which is what I've done now. It sharpens the throttle response up, pickup is much quicker on the car and keener to go. You lose a nominal amount of fuel economy, it really is. It's still giving amazing economy, but you just have a brilliant car to drive around in. So I suggest very strongly, whoever has this car next, and I always recommend it to my CRZ customers, start up the car, flick it into sport mode and just enjoy the car. Don't worry about getting 65 to the gallon or 64 to the gallon, 63 to the gallon. Just enjoy the car. It is a wonderful, wonderful beast. It really is. As I said at the start of the video, the point of them is to pick up on any issues, no matter how small they might be. There's nothing on this car. It drives absolutely like brand new. Given that my very first CRZ, I think, had done about 6,000 miles and looked and felt like new, this feels exactly the same inside, and driving it just feels absolutely just as though it's rolled off the production line. It's wonderful. Having said that, if I've missed anything on the video, please don't hesitate, do give us a call. We do prefer to be called as well, by the way. We are pretty old-fashioned as a company. Obviously, if you need to email, please do so. You know, don't feel as though you shouldn't. But we love to talk about our cars. We're genuinely enthusiasts. I collect old classic Hondas always, and I'll continue to do so. And I think this has got future classic written absolutely all over it. It really is nailed on this car. But as I said, you know, do give us a call.